Lai, 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 ai, ai, la, 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 lai, ai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai, ai, ai, la, 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 lai, ai, ai, la, 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 lai, ai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai, ai, ai, la, la, ai, ai, la, la, ai, ai, la, la, lai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai, ai, la, 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 ai, la, la, ai, la, la, lai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai, ai, la, 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 lai, ai, la, 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 lai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai, ai, la, 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 lai, ai, la, 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 lai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai, ai, la, 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 ai, la, la, ai, la, la, lai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai, ai, la, 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 ai, la, la, ai, la, la, lai, ai, la, 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 lai, lai. Shabbat shalom. There's every so often there's a Shabbat service where my instinct is just always to look through the doors because it feels like a family reunion, and everyone who walks by, I'm like, oh, it's you. And that's the way I feel right now. As each person walks in, I'm like, and as each person comes into the Zoom room, I'm like, thank God. Hi, good Shabbos. It's my joy, it's my honor to get to welcome us in. Welcome to Shir Tikva. Welcome to this dark Shabbat. Welcome to Rabbi Joey. Welcome to baby Sabina. Welcome to our new members. I wonder, is there anyone in the room tonight who is here for the very, very first time? Welcome. 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 This is wonderful. So glad you're here. Is there anyone who's here in the room who it's your first time here in a long time? Welcome back. Amazing. Yay. Yay. So just welcome into community those of you who are here for the first time, back for the first time in a long time, and those of you who have made it your practice to be here through the seasons. May this be a soft landing place for you tonight. So I'm going to invite our new members, please, to join us here on the Bima. Help us bring in Shabbat by lighting candles. And if you're on Zoom, please, please wave or let us know that also you're here with us. It is my honor here. I'm actually going to ask one of you to come use Shir Tikva. I don't know if you've seen this, if you've noticed this, but Shir Tikva has a magic wand that we bring out only on Friday nights, new members, and it's my joy to get to, and also probably many people in the space are like, we've always wondered about the magic wand. People who are not here tonight are going to be sad they didn't hear about it. This magic wand helps us light the candles, and I'm going to ask, first of all, before I explain it, who here would like to use the magic wand tonight? Feet of strength and agility. Come, yay. So the way that this works, and I'm saying this out loud, so that way people here will feel empowered to come up in the future and light candles, and all of you who have already lit candles and didn't know how to use it will be like, that's how it was supposed to be done. So you'll light with this wand, with the wick, and then when you're done lighting, you just pull it back. Yeah. Okay, Linnea's like, I've got this. I actually know about these. The blessings are found on page 2. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav etzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much, Yasher Koach. So, dear ones who rise in honor of joining community, what a gift to get to welcome you and to bless you tonight. So Shabbat has served throughout the centuries as a time of welcoming and bringing people together. We sing welcome, we sing shalom to the angels and shalom aleichem. We welcome Shabbat, our Shabbat beloved in Lecha Dodi, and we welcome the 25 sacred hours of Shabbat as we light candles. And tonight we also get to welcome you. The Maharal of Prague, who is a mystic and also, we are taught, the creator of the golem, taught that when someone sets out on the way and others accompany them, they give honor to the divine image by not letting them go alone. By accompanying them on their way, the divine image remains on the path. So what brings God into the room according to the Maharal of Prague? Accompanying one another and volunteering to allow ourselves to be accompanied. So you have invited us, the us that are in this room and the big us of the fullness of Shir Tikva. You've invited us to accompany you, and you've offered your own talents and light to share in this community. This is a sacred and a vulnerable undertaking, and I don't take that lightly, nor does our tradition. May your time as members of Shir Tikva be nourishing and connecting. May you laugh. May you cry. Eat good food. Show up for one another and ask for support when you need it. In a moment, we're going to sing Shehechianu together to mark your new presence in community as formal members, recognizing that there are some of you in this group who have been showing up at Shir Tikva for quite a long time. Thank God. And as we say it, and this is for all of us here because our community is made new by the presence of people choosing community, I want to invite us to really take in this space and the sweet people inside of it tonight and all of the sweet hands and the dreamers and the chutzpahdik doers who have made this community possible. We're so thankful that you're here. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Bruchim habayim, welcome, and mazal tov.
Oh gosh, I have a really good thing that I get to do right now, which is to welcome Brandon, Aldana, their family, and baby Sabina to the Bima. Speaking during this? Got some people coming.
Oh, yeah. My dad's parking, so he's still parking the car.
I didn't know that.
It's okay.
Grandpa's still parking.
He's here in spirit.
Okay.
Well,
Like all men, he'll show up late.
Let's.
Why don't you come sit close?
Okay.
Okay.
I love it.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. Your chair's open. We'll begin. Let's begin in song. We're gonna wait for Grandpa. My goodness. And again, to new members, thank you for wanting to join community even though we don't have a parking lot. Let's turn together to page 12. We can't wait to bless you, Sabina. But we shall. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya l'tzoi sheinu nekadem afanav b'torah toda bizmirot narialo lechuleranena ladonai naria letzoyishenu nekadem afanav betoda bizmirot nariano ayalai yalalai ayo alalai yalalai just like that. Shall we bless a baby? That was magical, great.
I can't do it. I'm going to cry because I'm crying right now.
I love this.
Kind
It's
of-
time to bless a baby. That's perfect.
I could grab this one. Okay, perfect.
That one.
Baruch haba. Blessed is Sabina, who comes to enter the covenant. In each generation, we reconnect and revitalize our relationship with the sacred and with our people. We find our own unique way of being part of our culture and of our community.
Oh, that's you, Vic. See, I told you I'd be crying.
We offer our blessings. May Jewish community and tradition be a source of guidance and direction for you. Sabina. May it provide you with morals and values, and through it, may you find your own particular and authentic relationship with God and spirituality. May the Jewish community provide you with a safe space in which to explore your world. May the teachings of the Jewish tradition imbue in your kindness, respect for all creation, and a connection to family and history.
We give you the gift of independence. Let our love and care for you always be healthy and positive, never stifling or possessive. May we always try to respect and appreciate your uniqueness and teach you to respect this in others.
That's right.
And we also give you the gift of curiosity. We want to share our love of learning with Sabina to help you appreciate the complicated and downright magical world into which you have come. We also know you will know injustice and bless you with the courage and wisdom to take part in restoring a broken world to wholeness.
It's said that there are 3 names by which a person is called: the one they're given at birth, the one in which people call them, and the one they earn for themselves. The Hebrew name that you receive, Sabina, today marks the beginning of your life's journey. May this name be one that serves you well, that connects you to your family and to your culture, and that allows you to discover the names that you will earn for yourself. May Sabina's family and community find much joy in her, and may her life bring blessings to her family, her friends, and to our people. Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu V'Imotenu Kayem Et Hayalda Hazot Lehoria V'Yikra Shema B'Yisrael Tzipora. Our God and God of our ancestors, sustain this child. Let her be called in Israel Tzipora. May this little one, Tzipora, bring transformation to this world. As Tzipora enters into the covenant, so may she enter into a life of learning, loving relationship, and good deeds.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu
להכניסה בברית של אברהם ושרה.
Blessed are you, our eternal God, whose presence fills creation. You make us holy with your mitzvot and call us to bring this child into the covenant of Abraham and Sarah. Brandon, Aldana, we're going to seal with blessing. These are traditional words of blessing that parents have given onto their kiddos on Friday nights for generations and thousands of years. So this gets to be practice. I'm going to say a word, I'll chant a word, and you'll repeat it back to your kiddo. Yivarechecha Adonai V'yishmarecha Ya'er Adonai Panav Elecha V'chuneka Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha V'yasem Lecha Shalom. Simen tova, mazel tova, mazel tova, simen tova, simen tova, mazel tova, mazel tova, simen tova, simen tova, mazel tova, mazel tova, Elanu, Elanu, Ulecho Yisrael, Elanu, Elanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity to bless them.
My Hillel, who's 6 years old and who was also named right there on this bima, as Sabina was coming up to the bima with her family, whispered to me, "I've been a member here my whole life, and so has she." So on this new member Shabbat, welcome, dear newest member. What a gift. Let's continue. Isn't this wonderful? We'll sing on page 13, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Let's sing together a new song. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Baruchu Shemo, Baseru miyom leyom, Yeshuato. Sapru vagoyim kevodo bechol ha'amim nifleotav ki gadol Adonai umhulal meod norahu al kol Elohim ki kol Elohei hamim elim b'Adonai shamayim asa hod v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho וישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ, ירם הים ומלוא, יעלו שדי, וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי יער לפני אדוני, כי בא לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט אבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו.
We'll turn together to page 14, the bottom of the page.
Or zarua la tzadik uli Yisrael simcha. Or zarua la tzadik uli Yisrael simcha. זרוע לצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה.
We'll do some unwinding the knots that have formed in our lives and in our world over this week. We sing together the words Ana B'Koach, number 1 on your blue sheet. Ana B'Koach gedulat yemincha, tatir tzerura, kaberinat, rinatam chasavenu, tareinu, nora. Ana B'Koach gedulat yemincha, tatir tzerura, kaberinat, rinatam chasavenu, tareinu, nora. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, 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 oh, hi, la, 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 oh. Hi, 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 oh, hi, la, 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 oh. Hi, la, la, oh. La, la, oh. Hi, la, We'll turn to page 20. It's our tradition in the community as we welcome in the presence of Shabbos with this prayer to rise or root and the final verse. And if you'd like to go into the darkness, to walk out into the street, not into the street, into the sidewalk. I'm giving more instructions. If you'd like.
Every joy's escalating here in 5786.
You're welcome to move out onto our 50th Street side to greet Shabbos during the 9th verse. Lecha dodi ay 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 likrat kala ay 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 penei
Shabbat.
Habane שמור וזכור בדיבורך השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ותהילה לך דודי היי 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 לקראת קלה היי 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 פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלחקים אל כל הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי איי 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 לקראת קלה איי 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 פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך ההפך רב לך שבט בעמך בחברו יחמול עלייך לך דודי איי 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 לקראת קלה איי 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 בני שבת נקבלה הנערים אלפקומי לשבגדי תיארתך מהיד בן ישי בית הלכת מקרבה אמתי גאלה לך דודי היי 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 לקראת קלה היי 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 פני שבת נקבלה הנה תתעוררי קיבה אורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגללך דודי איי 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 לקראת קלה איי 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 פני שבת נקבלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת קלה איי 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 פני שבת נקבלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת קלה איי 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 פני שבת נקבלה לא תבושי ולא תקרבי מה תשכחי ומה תהמי בך יחסו אני עמי ומפנך יראתי לך איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת קלה איי 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 פני שבת B'nai Shabbat nekabela. Ay 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 lecha dodi adada. Ay 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 likat ka'ala. Ay 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 B'nai Shabbat. B'nai Shabbat nekabela. Vehayu zisasosaye. Verachaku mevalayich. Yasis alayich Elohai. Kimsos chatan. Achatan, ay 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 lecha dodi, oh ay 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 likat kala, ay 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela, ay 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 lecha dodi adada, ay 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 likat kala, ay 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela. Yaminu small tifrotzi ve'et Adonai taritzi. Ayad ish ben partzi ve'nismecha ve'nagila yadada. Ay 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 lecha.
Sola, toch emune am segula, boi Shabbat hamalka, ay 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 lecha dodi, ay 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 likat kala, ay 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela.
We'll turn to page 22 as our friends join us back in the sanctuary.
Mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, mizmor shir, shir leyom HaShabbat,
Shir leyom HaShabbat. Shir leyom HaShabbat. Shir leyom HaShabbat. Awesome. We'll rise or root as we call each other into prayer on page 28. Ya da da ya 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 da da ya. On page 30, we bless the coming of darkness. We bless a God who changes time in this world. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom ben laila, Adonai tzivaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam vahed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'aravi. On page 32, we bless a God who brings love into this world. I invite you to call into your heart someone who fills your life with love. In memory, in life now. Taking a big breath in and out. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvehem nehege yomaham v'layla ve'avtecha tasir mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. We say the Shema on page 34, rising if it is your tradition. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivol Malchuto Leolam Vahe. You can take a seat on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha v'beitecha u'vleftecha v'derech u'shochecha u'kumecha u'kshartam le'od al yadecha v'chayu letotafot b'neinecha
וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We sing together on page 40. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מי כמוך מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני לו לעולם ועד, אדוני לו לעולם ועד.
ונאמר כיפת אדוני את יעקב וגאה לו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Let's turn together and pray for peace and protection on page 42.
ופרוס עלינו סוכת, סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת, סוכת שלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ועל ירושלים.
Rabbi Joey, can I ask you, what Torah do you have to teach about Vishamru? Like, what's not to the people, but like for yourself? What are we doing when we say Vishamru?
I love this question because as we turn to the page, I thought to myself, what's the deal with Vishamru? Why the heck did we say that?
Sometimes as colleagues, we just become the internal voice externalized.
So, I mean, one thing that I really love about this text comes from our colleague and friend and congregant MJ Gilbert, who wrote a new melody for it, which we can't bring to our minds at this very moment. The melody that we often sing, which we'll probably sing tonight, is upbeat and energetic. We are like marching into Shabbat together. This is a prayer about protecting and being protected by Shabbos. And MJ's innovation in her melody was to make this a lullaby, to be singing a song to our soul to allow us to rest into this. And I think that that's what I get here. What does it look like to be guarded, not in like a military marchy way, but to guard like Adona is holding a kiddo? So that's my kavanah. I'm not sure if it's the kavanah.
Yasher koach. No, thank you so much. I think that we get to daven next to each other a lot, and we don't often just get to say like, what's this? What's going on? So thank you so much for on one footing, such a beautiful, beautiful, gentle entry into this. As we rise, maybe we all get to rise and rock each other and rock ourselves just a little bit.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת,
לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ביני ובין בני ישראל,
אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We'll move with each other into silence, starting in song on page 46. We move into the Amidah.
Yoshvei Tevel, V'Yimru, Yimru, Amen. Osei Shalom B'Mromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'Yimru, Yimru, Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ha la 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 la, ha la 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 ya la, ha ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ha la 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 la, ha la 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 ya ya yo.
We'll take time now to pray for healing of body, for healing of spirit. And feeling the weight in our hearts of holding prayers all week long. And when we come together in a minyan, we get to hold it together. We get to hold the love and the care and the worry. And so we'll pray on page 253. We'll sing and then we'll pause, and I invite you please to share names of people you're praying for. And we'll seal in prayer.
Mi shebeirach avotenu mekor haberacha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Today we're praying for Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor haberacha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Good Shabbos, everyone. Okay, I want to give over some Torah today in the form of two dad jokes. These are not exactly dad jokes. They are the early Hasidic version of it. In Eastern European mystical tradition, often Hasids, these scholars and heart-centered folks, approached texts and indulged in a great deal of punning and other forms of wordplay on the text of the Torah. At once with this wordplay, they discovered deep spiritual wisdom, and I can imagine made many of the people around them, including their children, groan deeply. So I want to bring you into a series of 17th century dad jokes on the Torah today that will do two things, I think. Number one, it might make us groan, and number two, it might suggest the ways in which the potluck as a concept, the potluck might save us. To get us there, we need to go all the way back to the very beginnings of creation. We hear in Genesis 2 Ele todot hashamayim v'ha'aretz behibra'am. This is the story of the heaven and the earth when they were created. Millennium after this creation story, a chassid, an Eastern European mystic named the Bat Ein, would come along to give us our first dad joke of the night. His big question is, what do these words really mean? If we listen closely to them, what are they telling us? And he zooms in on these first three words, Toldot Hashemayim v'ha'aretz, the story of the heaven and the earth. What is that story? If you take these three words not for their meaning, but see them as an acronym, reading only their first letters, you get the word tohu. That's the joke, and like a lot of dad jokes, at least in my family, not actually that funny, but... So the word tohu, what does this mean? Does anyone recognize that word? Yeah, I'm hearing some tohu vavohu in the room. Tohu often gets pushed alongside its friend word vohu, and it means chaos. According to our creation myth in Bereshit, it's what existed before God brought order to all of the world. We'll see a little bit more about this chaos later on, but for now, let's just know that it's usually seen as a bad and nefarious thing, the void that threatens to unwind all the good work God and we, our careful work towards building life and community. Okay, so our story, according to the Bat Ein, is about creation, and hiding in that creation is tohu. But how do we get rid of that tohu? How do we move beyond it? That gets us to our second joke, Toldot Hashemayim v'ha'aretz behibra'am. This is the story of the heaven and the earth in their behibra'am, in their creation. What happens, the Bat Ein wonders, if we read that final word not as behibra'am, but as be'avraham? This is, again, where you would laugh if this was more funny. In Abraham, or with Abraham, the Bat Ein writes that the story of the heaven and earth at their creation is actually the story of tohu, primordial chaos, that was contained and cast away by way of our hero, Abraham. But when? When does Abraham battle back the forces of destruction? Could it be when he fights with God to save Sodom and Gomorrah? Could it be when he smashes the idol in his father's shop? No, according to the Bat Ein, Abraham's greatest heroic moment comes in this week's Parsha when he welcomes two guests into his tent. Abraham is lying at the opening of his tent, recovering from his circumcision, when he sees two travelers in the distance. He welcomes these travelers into his home, making sure that they were well fed and watered. So apparently this moment is the pinnacle of Abraham's heroics. When creation was finished, when Abraham cast away the end of the disorderly tohu. It seems maybe a little bit hyperbolic, right? He was a nice host, sure. While this characterization might be overkill, I think there is something powerful here. I remember years ago arriving in an airport in Vancouver, Canada, only to discover that neither my phone nor credit card were working. I had no way to reach my relatives. A kindly Canadian found me looking baffled, asked what was wrong, noticed my troubles, and bought my train ticket, saying, "This is no way to be welcomed into our country." I see Abraham in this model of welcome. He saw the tohu, the exhaustion and danger faced by two people walking along the road, and he opened his tent to hold back the everyday chaos of sore feet and homesickness. On top of this basic generosity, Abraham took on this action at a moment of physical weakness. After all, he was only days removed from circumcision. In this time of vulnerability, he wasn't afraid to be seen. Indeed, he sat at the opening of his tent, seemingly looking out for people to chat with. As an introvert, I really do not connect with this major extrovert energy. But I think it's also, beyond extrovert energy, it's a sign of something else. While the text emphasizes Abraham's hospitality, later commentaries in the Midrash emphasize this moment as a first instance of Bikor Cholim, of visiting the sick. God sent these two travelers to sit with a convalescing Abraham, and Abraham was willing to be witnessed, perhaps distracted and cared for by these strangers. I love this, that our tradition is giving Abraham points both for hosting and for taking in help in the midst of physical need. The source of our dad jokes, the Bat Ein, takes this one step higher. He's not just saying Abraham did a good job here. He's saying that Abraham's ability to do something that seems almost mundane, hosting some travelers, accepting care that these things are part of the primordial creation story, that they contend against and contain the nefarious forces of chaos. I'm holding this Torah close today. At times, I've found myself asking, I've heard you all ask the question, are we doing enough? Is a focus on basic human connection of providing and receiving care, is it really contending with the painful churning in our country and our world? What use is the song circle and meal with friends? How much of a difference can really come from delivering or receiving a meal at a shiva? The answer, according to the Bat Ein, is that on some cosmic level that we might not even understand, the potluck will save us. The basic fabric of human connection casts out the forces of chaos. I bring this Torah today not to downplay the role of direct action, of protest and activism. Praise God for all of those, for all of you who door-knocked in these last elections. Thank the heavens for every person putting their bodies in the way of ICE agents in Chicago and on Lake Street. I bring this Torah not to downplay this activism, but to elevate hospitality, caregiving, and care receiving as a fundamental tool of creation and healing. And this, I think, is the challenge, an opportunity given to us here today at Shir Tikva, on new member Shabbos of all Shabbatot. Those of you who joined this community recently, and those of you who joined before I was born, there was about a 2-month window between the founding of this community and my birth. The challenge, I think, is to believe that the work of community is vital, that the small acts of asking a mourner to share a story in the Oneg Hall, of asking to receive a meal after a loss, that all of these actions together, that they can complete and save this world. Shabbat Shalom. We'll get to bless together, friends. You can find the words of our communal blessing on the back of your blue sheets, number 3. Hamalach hagoeloti, Malach hagoeloti mikora, Yevarech et haneyarim, V'yikra v'hem shemi. Vishem avotai, Avraham v'Yitzchak, v'yigdu larov, b'kerev haaretz. Yismechem Elohim k'Sara k'Rivka k'Rachel u'Chelea, k'Ephraim v'Menashe. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Yedada, yedada, ya, yo. Yedada, yedada, ya, yo. Ay, 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 yo. Yedida, yo. Thank you, Zoom friends, for your blessings as they come in. May we keep showing up for each other. May we form new connections and strengthen our existing ones. May we perform benevolent comfort and benevolent chaos in order to hold back the nefarious chaos. May we be honest about our needs so community can show up for us. May we always refuse to be silent. May every day be a chance to put right where you missed the mark, and that be enough. May we welcome in the stranger. Ken yehi ratso. Yedidai yadadai yo. Yedidai yadadai yo. Hi yadadai yo. Yedidai We'll begin to put a seal on our service, rooting and rising on page 284. V'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim v'hashevota elevavecha ki havaya Ki Elohim Ne'emar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz Vayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad U'shemo Folks can be seated. Before we say the words of Mourner's Kaddish, we've had the tradition in this community since October 7th to sing again the words of Oseh Shalom, which you can find on page 62 in your Siddur. We say these words to acknowledge the fact that we do not know and cannot say all the names of folks who have died since October 7th, and to recommit ourselves to not turning away from the horror and continuing to fight for justice and peace. We sing together. Oseh Shalom Bimramav Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel. We'll say the words of Mourner's Kaddish in a moment, but before we get there, I'll read a list of names of people who have died in the last 30 days and people for whom this is the anniversary of their death. If you hear the name of anyone you knew and loved and want to share just a sentence of story about them, we would love to hear. Rabbi Ariel will be coming around with a microphone and can find you. Tonight we're in the Shaloshim, the first 30 days since the death of Colleen Westlin, mother of Bonnie and grandmother of Tristan Huell, Sally Adler, mother of Harry, and Mark Schoenbaum, beloved member of Shir Tikva and husband of Jeanette George. We're in the yard site, the anniversary of the death of Morris Barretts, grandfather of Karen Desnick, Jerry Beninoff, grandmother of Mindy, Nick Caffarelli, husband of Leslie Carfarelli, Joe Ettinger, father of Ron, Mark Feller, uncle of Clark Roman, Thomas Hall, grandfather of Stephen Hall, Norman Johnson, father of Stephen Greenberg, and father-in-law of Keith, Sharon Kaner, mother-in-law of Mark Roth, Sarah Kistner, grandmother of Leslie Carfarelli, Ida Luger, grandmother of Lorraine,
I remember my grandma Ida, rather. I had two grandmas. One was Ada, one was Ida. You can imagine how confusing that was. Ida was a dancer and a partier, and so in my mind I have a memory of her dancing in my kitchen, doing the Mizerlu, which was a popular Greek dance at the time. She taught my sister and me. To this day we can do it. And dancing at her 60th anniversary Right, and her arms were always up, like ready to do a hora.
Samuel Neistat, father of Richard. Robert Pogoff, father of Lisa. Gerald Rubin, father of Judith Brooke. George Seltzer, father of Matthew Seltzer. Gordon Schaefer, father of Matt Edgar, and also father of Wendy Edgar. David Shapiro, grandfather to Jim Miller and James. Max Weinstein, grandfather of Miriam. Gertrude Trudy Wolf, mother of Larry, grandmother of Rachel and Rebecca.
My mother learned to be a seamstress in Vienna, which is, she learned to make some money doing that. And she was able to do it to an extent even when she was in the ghetto in Shanghai for 8 years. And then even coming here to the US, and she even worked at Donaldson's in downtown Minneapolis, working with women's clothing, and she even made clothing for members of her family, including the older grandchildren, the ones that were born in the 20th century. And just wanted to acknowledge she had that talent.
And Charlene Yelchin, aunt of Lisa Brownstein. Are there any other names that folks would like to bring forward today?
So this last week was the anniversary of, the 2-year anniversary of my mom and my best friend. They passed away in the same week, in the same year. And I've been thinking about, like, the last few weeks, I've been thinking about what I'd wanted to say here. My friend's name was Aspen, and we both grew up as some of the only queer kids in our, like, predominantly Mormon community. And so we just kind of, like, stuck together all through school and had to, like, watch each other's backs, and I don't think I would have made it without her. So I'm always grateful for her for that.
You can find the words for Kaddish on page 294.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chaye echon u'vyom echon u'b'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen, yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shmei de Kudsha, Prichu, Le'ela min Kobir Chata, Vishirata, Tush Bechata, Venechemata, Da'amiran Be'alma V'imru Amen, Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen, Osei Shalom B'Roma, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'imru Amen. You may be seated. Do we have an usher? Samantha, wonder, would you be willing to do some announcements? Thank you so much. The responsibilities of an usher never cease.
Absolutely. All right, good Shabbos, friends. Good. It's a blessing to be with you all this evening. My name is Samantha Roller, board member and proud congregant of this community. And I wanted to say, not so long ago, I was a new member in this community, and it's such a blessing to be with you all as you enter this community. So at the end of the service, please do me a solid and return the prayer books to the usher table. My apologies for passing out the wrong Cedarim earlier. And then also separate the Cedarim from the songbook. Mazal tov to new members Brandon and Aldana and their child. Thank you. Yeah, and thanks to all who made tonight possible, Rabbi Ariel, Rabbi Joey, Gordon, Sam, Nicole Minion, Julie Jacobs, Lori Sweet, myself, Rondi, and Security. You can find all Shir Tikva announcements on our website and on our e-news, programmatic updates. Next week's service will be Mass recommended. If this isn't the best fit for you all, please join us on Zoom. And a reminder that our community is always here to support you. So reach out to the rabbis to activate the Shir Tikva network of support. Good Shabbos.
Yesher koach. Yesher koach, dear ones, and such beautiful Torah tonight. To the point of feeding people and feeding our community in this time when the government is not living up to its foundational responsibilities to help support people get fed. Knowing that this is the underfunding of SNAP in this moment is such a moral crisis and a practical crisis. Shir Tikva is doing what we can to make sure that there are funds, cooked meals, and dry food available to people if and as you need it. There are forms that are available, digital forms just to fill out if you need money, just write to the office, and we're going to do our best to redistribute funds. And also we're going to be following up with ways to get food. And so just if you or people you love or people you know are needing access to food, please, please, please know that Shir Tikva is just one little point in an ecosystem of communities that are figuring out how to meet the needs of this moment. And I will just say that we are, as in this time, this is not the first time we have had to really learn fast about how to organize ourselves. But as you are like, oh, this is a need that's arising, or this is a way that our community is struggling, the Shir Tikva network of support, which we talk about every week, let's make that thing real, okay? Thank God we do all the time, but there are always ways that we get to move that network in different ways. And so please speak up, please keep organizing and help. And I just want to say there are people in this space who, in the moment we were realizing how much folks were going to get impacted, got together and organized these beginnings of responses. And so thank you and Yesher Koach, and may we find our way through together. Also, if there are teachers in the Minneapolis Public School and educators, just really sending love and support to you as we move into this week of may the school board meet all the demands of our educators. May our schools remain open. May our children keep learning in schools that are fully funded. Shir Tikva's board last night voted unanimously to support. It will not surprise you to learn Shir Tikva's board voted unanimously last night to support the strike if it needs to happen. But I just want to say blessings on the heads of the students, on the families who are supporting students, and all of the educators who have breathed knowledge into young people for so long. So here we go. Let's bless some things, shall we? While we're here.
Asher kitanu b'mitzvotav v'rachavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinkilanu zikaron b'ma'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tefila l'nikra kodesh zecher etziah Yitzrayim kivanu v'harta ve'otanu kidashta im kol hamim V'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu HaShabbat.
one thank you that we now have to add. Luna is baking challah, baking chalot. So amazing Luna, who has also been apprenticing with Sam, has decided to become our resident challah baker. And so just incredible gratitude to the Shir Tikva youth for literally keeping us fed on Shabbos. What a gift. We'll close in Nigun. If someone who can eat gluten could please have a bite of challah. Thank you so much. Ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Allah ya la la, ya la la, ya la la la. Allah ya la 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 la. Allah ya la la, ya la la, ya la la la. Allah ya la 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 la. Shabbat shalom.